Hello, and welcome to the Raise Waves podcast. I'm your host, Raylene. Just sit back and ride the wave.
So then me and Dick, we started trying out some different people to make a band, which eventually became Mantis.
Mantis. Not Atlantis, but Mantis. Mantis.
And that was me and Dick and Doug Freeman and Tim and Scott.
Alright.
And we started, we played the summer of '85. And
Okay, well, how did you meet Tim and Scotty?
actually it was Tila when we were trying out singers for Syndicate after Rob died.
Yeah.
He used to sell business machines, and he had sold a cash register to Tim's dad, who worked at the liquor store.
Oh, okay.
And Tim's dad asked him how the band was going, and he said, well, my brother died, we're looking for a new lead singer. And he said, oh, my son's a great singer, you should give him a call.
Tim's dad's name is Tim?
Tim's dad, no, his name was Ben.
Okay.
And he came to practice with the name written down, Tim Carter. And I said, what are you, crazy? Everybody's going to say their son is great.
Yeah.
How old is this kid? 19 years old?
Who said that, Tila?
I said that to him.
You said that with Tila.
I said, forget it.
Forget it.
I'm not even going to call him. But I saved the number just in case.
Okay. That's funny.
And then I phoned Dick Walz. So then Dick Walz came up. So then when we were putting together Mantis,
Yeah.
his name came up again. And so I gave him a call. And he said no. I gave him a call again.
Tim.
He said no.
Really?
Yeah. And he said no, he had a band. They were called Mad Hatter.
Tim had a band already?
Well, it was kind of like their first public appearance was coming up, so they rented some lights off me, so I went and watched.
Oh, okay.
And he was quite good. So I called him one more time, 3 strikes are out.
Yeah.
And he said, well, Mad Hatter just broke up, but my friend, I was going to get in a band with him, and he just bought keyboards. That was Scotty.
All right.
And I said, well, bring him along. We could use a keyboard player. And Scott, of course, played both guitar and keyboards.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Plays everything.
So we started Mantis with Dick and Doug. Doug Freeman on bass. Dick, Scott, Tim singing lead, me doing backups. Well, actually, Scott was doing backups. It was just Tim and Dick. Mostly Dick.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
And we were doing heavy stuff like Scorpions and Motley Crue and Van Halen and then top 40 stuff like Honeymoon Suite.
For Mantis?
Yeah, Platinum Blonde, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Bryan Adams.
That's a shift.
ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And the band started and was a big success. but we just barely played like 2 months, and a road band came in and saw us and offered Dick a job.
Oh no.
And that was that.
He was gone.
He was gone.
Because that was probably his dream too.
And Doug got offered a job with the reorganized Atlantis.
Oh.
So he was gone too. So I just had me and Tim and Scott. So I had the two rookies. They didn't know what to do.
Well, you got foundation.
So that's what I thought. So then I thought about it, and I asked Wally if he wanted to, but he wanted to be more like the Beatles and that kind of thing, and they wanted to be more. They were more heavy metal kind of guys.
Yeah.
Kiss and all that stuff. So I said, okay, maybe we got to go and talk to Randy and Maggie, because we need a bass player, we need a strong lead singer.
So you didn't want Tim to be the singer?
He was a backup singer, but not. He was like number 2.
Oh, I thought for the first couple of months he was lead.
He was what?
He was lead for the first couple of months when you were
No, he
doing
was number
all
2.
that
Dick
stuff?
was number 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
But then he ran away with this road band.
Yeah.
Right.
So then we got
Excuse me.
Tim and Maggie, and sorry, not Tim and Maggie, Randy and Maggie.
Yeah. Tim's already there.
And it started out pretty good because we had like 4 people singing.
Yeah.
5 people singing. I was singing too.
Okay.
We should just go home. I don't know what to get you.
How far away are we from home?
Half an hour.
Oh yeah. Okay, we just go home.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we were into the band for about 3 or 4 months, and Randy and Maggie broke up. So it was kind of
Oh, sheesh. Well, there's the problem again.
that's right.
Somebody's
That's how
dating in the
relationships
band.
are. So anyhow.
So then the band didn't stay together.
No, the band stayed together. We had to let Randy go.
Oh, okay.
We got
sense.
Mick
Ah, there we go.
Kuzminski.
And where did he come from?
I just knew him.
From your childhood? Were you saying? Like
Not really. Kinda. He was like, I knew Helen and Mary were Auntie Jenny's neighbor.
Oh, okay.
And Helen was in a band, and
Sure.
not Helen from Syndicate, another Helen.
Okay.
Helena.
Oh!
Anyhow, so I knew him, and I called him up, and he came in, and the band was pretty good. He was a good singer too. But then he
Said he was on bass?
was on bass, Mick.
Yeah.
But then he got a chance to join Heartbeat and go on the road.
Oh, sheesh.
So that's what he did.
No, everybody's going on the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow, we had that same old bass player problem.
Yeah.
We had a few different bass players. So Freeman came back for a few years. That was probably the strongest the band was when we had Doug Freeman back, Maggie, Tim, Scott, Freeman.
Are you still Mantis?
Yeah. The band went for like from 85 to basically the end of 89.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we were doing all those bars and cabarets. Just a few little out of town things, but you know, you'd come home at night. It wasn't more than an hour away.
And did you manage to stay heavier with the music?
No, we started becoming more top 40 just because.
Okay, yeah. It's more appealing, probably.
Well, the music scene was changing, just like when it changed from rock to disco.
Yeah.
Disco to punk. Punk to new wave. And then heavy metal. And then back to more poppy. Huey Lewis. So we're doing like Huey Lewis, Night Was Sweet. That kind of stuff. Anyhow, Maggie was, she's going into all these country contests.
Oh no.
So she wanted to go her own way. So she...
You a country singer?
Yeah. She figured if she's going to win all these, like, Calgary Stampede contests, all these things, it was her ticket to the big time.
Oh, sheesh.
So she quit.
That's okay.
And that was it for Mantis.
Yeah, because now it's just you, Tim, and Scott again.
That's right. The band and the name went on, but the lineup changed.
Yeah.
So what was that? Atlantis was 7, Harmony was 8, Flux was 9, Syndicate was 10. That's 10 bands in 10 years, from 74 to 84.
Yeah, you were jumping more bands at the beginning, though.
Yeah. That's the way it was in the 70s.
Started staying longer.
So, Syndicate 84, Mantis 85 to 89, and then the Peace Dogs.
Yeah.
So what happened was Maggie quit Mantis, and so we decided to just rework the band. So what we did is I called up Mick,
yes.
And then Tim took over as lead.
Oh, okay.
So up until then, he was never the lead singer.
Yeah.
He sang some songs, but he was not the lead singer. So at the end of 89, basically the beginning of 90, is when Peace Dogs started.
Oh, okay. Change the name.
Peace Dogs, yeah. From Mantis to Peace Dogs.
So it's you, Mick.
That's 11. Yeah.
You,
Me,
Mick, Tim, Scotty.
Tim, Scotty.
Yeah. Right.
Kind of like the foundation of what the Chevelles are.
Right. Mick was the bass player.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Mick moved away. Well, I met Mama and quit.
You quit.
Yes. Again. Third band, I quit. Vendetta, I quit. The Plugs, I quit. And the Peace Dogs, I quit.
So how long were you with the Peace Dogs?
Just 2 years.
Okay. And just like top 40 rock?
I said, I'm tired of just doing a top 40 band. We need to be different.
Yeah.
Everybody's a top 40 band. There's Heartbeat and Mantis, and there's a whole bunch of bands around town, and they're all playing the same songs.
Well, you've been doing it for years now.
Yeah.
You're getting so many bands, you always end up being in the top 40, yeah.
Well, you have to have a certain degree of new material. That was the thing that brought the people out. But I said, let's do something different. Let's do Hendrix and the Stones and all this, the Beatles,
And
Led Zeppelin, U2. Cream, Eric Clapton.
Nice. I like it. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So that's what we did. We dressed retro and called ourselves the Peace Dogs and had
Right.
little peace sign pins.
Yeah.
And it took off and it was really good.
So they all agreed with you.
For a little while.
Oh.
But all the time, whenever I was putting a band together or whatever, it used to be what we call a democracy.
Democracy.
So we'd have song picking sessions and everybody'd bring their choices.
Yeah, it's always so hard to decide on songs.
And then that's what we'd go with.
Somebody has to put the foot down.
And so you get like the wrong song or you spend a bunch of time doing something and then it just doesn't go over.
Yeah.
But I was theming it because it was before retro was a word. Because I was picking classic rock. It was before classic rock was a word. Because back then it was just rock.
Just rock. Yeah.
So I wanted to pick classic rock songs. So we were doing old Aerosmith songs from the 70s.
Okay.
Rolling Stones from the 60s.
Nice. And what year is it now? Like 85?
89.
89, okay, yeah.
Changing millenniums or decades again.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyhow, the band seemed to be doing pretty good. But I'd also met Mama, and I was going out with her, and I wasn't keen on playing in the bar anymore or being in that scene.
Really? Wow. So you just you take a break from being in bands?
Gonna practice, and I said this is what we need to learn, and it was Mick and Tim. Scott's always
Easy going?
yeah, he just he's neutral.
Yeah.
He's like Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah, there you go.
So Tim and Mike, like we had learned some new Kim Mitchell songs and that. They were going over pretty good. I brought some old stuff, so this is what we need to learn. And we want to learn more new stuff. And I said, well, I thought we were going to be, a classic rock band.
Yeah.
We never said that. We weren't going to do that. Well, okay. And I thought about it and thought, I don't want to wake up 6 months down the road and be unhappy.
Yeah.
So I better step out now.
That's good.
So this drummer that was friends with Tim and Scott for years, he just happened to come in off the road. So I called up Dave Mills, says, hey, I'm going to leave the Peace Talks. Do you want to step in?
Sheesh. Well, that's the first time that you've found a replacement for yourself. You don't only just leave.
I normally don't.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. So he stepped in, and they went on. I got them gigs for a couple of months, and then they were on their own.
Sheesh, really?
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I left the Peace Dogs after 2 years in 91 when I got married, and joined. Maggie had joined a band called Joyride. That was a variety band like Harmony.
Oh, okay.
So I joined that band. And it was just, couple times a month.
So then how long were you off? Were you not in a band for between the Peace Dogs and...
Oh, right. The next weekend I was playing with Joyride.
Wow. Yeah, that's so wild how fast you jump between all the bands. Like, sheesh.
They wanted a good jar.
Holy, I can't believe this.
Why?
Like, how fast you can transition from each band. It's like, you know what? I don't like this band.
No, it's not that. It's that
somebody
opportunity knocks, and it's you stay where you are, or do you open the new door and close the old door?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I see, yeah. Okay.
So the new band was doing corporate stuff again.
Corporate?
You know, Christmas parties or...
Oh, great, yeah.
Weddings, retirement parties.
Great.
Not the bar.
Yeah. But I thought you were kind of done with the bar scene.
So I was. That's why I joined that.
Oh, okay, well, good.
And it was easy.
Yeah.
Just walked in, didn't have to practice. They were all blown away. They were all so happy to get me. Had to let their old drummer go, but whatever. Anyhow. So now it's 1991. I joined Joyride. And it was getting married, start a family, and
Did you get married? 91? Or
91. 91.
Okay.
So I played with those guys, and was Laurie Martin was the guitar player. Bob Innes was the bass player. Maggie played keyboards and acoustic guitar. And I played drums.
Oh, Maggie came to Joyride.
She's the one that recruited me.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
So then I played with Joyride. For, I don't know, probably a couple of years.
How'd you get to be 30 so fast?
30.
Yeah.
I turned 30 in 86. I was in Mantis.
Mantis. Oh, shish. I'm getting it wrong.
I'm coming up to 40 now.
Coming out to 40?
Yeah, 96. So in 86, Mantis started in 85. 86, I turned 30.
6. Okay. Okay.
So, anyhow.
Got married, 91.
Got married 91.
And
So I was 35 at 91.
Joyride.
Played with Joyride for a couple of years. Then Maggie had to move to Calgary to finish her school, so she'd come down on the weekends, but it was kind of complicated.
Oh, sheesh.
And then Laurie, he transferred with Tellus to Calgary.
Okay.
So we got Dan Lynn. I think we got Dan Lynn and Dick Walz. And went along like that, but it was just coming apart at the seams.
Oh, sheesh.
So I just decided to, Laurie was kind of like the leader, and they weren't getting it together. Well, because he moved away and whatever, so there was no gigs happening. We were playing like once every 2 months.
That's this guy from Eastward.
Yeah, kind of. So I started a new band. Maggie moved back from Calgary. Started a band called Time and Again.
Oh, with the people left in Joyride, or
no?
You left that.
I got Maggie came back with me, and then I got Trevor Kunkel from the Kunkel Brothers.
Okay. Sure.
He's from the Great Canadian Barn Dance.
Oh, really?
That's him.
Okay.
That's where he is now.
Huh.
And Bob Stedman, who I met at Cadets.
Oh, wow.
So I was
Way back
teaching
there.
the band. No, went back to teaching the band. I taught the cadet band from
Oh.
I think it was like 1989. So when Mathis finished,
Yeah.
until I had the heart attack, 1997.
So.
And in that point in time, I met Bob. So I got Bob, Maggie, Trevor. We made a band called Time and Again. And we were kind of like Joyride, so we kind of picked up on those gigs that were available now that there was no more Joyride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we
So-
were like a variety country rock band.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what was selling. So we were doing Shania Twain, Martina McBride, and
Yeah.
Mary Chapin Carpenter,
Nice.
all these country girls,
Well,
Terry Clark.
For weddings and such, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And you're okay with that?
At the time, I didn't want to play in the bar. I didn't
Yeah.
want
Okay.
to having a family and
Sure.
all that stuff. And then, so now we're at like 1997, and Trevor's dad bought the barn, and he had this great idea about the Great Canadian Barn Dance, what they were going to do. So he wanted Trevor to quit the band and move out to Glenwood.
So we did.
So he did. So that was it for Time and Again. So in the meanwhile, I'd been always talking with Tim,
Oh, okay.
because they were in the Peace Talks, but they were hardly playing too.
Oh, sheesh. He said it looked good, though. When you left.
They started out okay, but then they went to doing all this original stuff,
Oh,
and then they weren't getting any gigs anymore.
oh no.
But also their drummer moved to Calgary, so that made it more complicated.
Oh, sheesh.
So
You went back. You went back.
I told him.
You told Tim.
I told him what we started in the Peace Dogs, learning the old stuff, is what we need to do.
Yeah.
And I said, think about it. If somebody was 20 years old in 1964 when the Beatles came out,
Yeah.
how old are they today? And what are they doing? So they would be 55. They'd be empty nesters. They'd be making lots of money and have nowhere to go and spend it.
Yeah.
So I said, we got to make it a band, not a top 40 band for young kids.
Yeah.
We got to make a band that's going to appeal to older generation, and we got to be able to play corporate stuff. Because I wanted to do corporate stuff like Joyride and Time and Again and Harmony, because that's
Yeah.
where the big money was. Playing in the bar, we didn't make money.
Yeah.
Not very much, anyhow.
So this is 97?
Time and Again ended in 97, and so I started talking to these guys in 98.
Oh.
Well, I've been talking to them during 96 to 97,
Yeah.
but they didn't have nothing, right? They had a band,
Yeah.
but no gigs.
Yeah.
So I think they played their last gig New Year's Eve in New Dayton as the Peace Dogs in 97, going into 98. Then that was it.
Right.
So I had a couple meetings, and okay. So what I did was I took Bob Stedman from Time and Again, and we joined up with Tim and Scott and started learning all this.
Oh,
60s stuff.
because Bob is the bass player.
Yeah.
So did they not? They didn't have a bass player or drummer?
No, the band was basically, I don't know, like,
Kind of fell through.
yeah,
Well, I'll have to talk to Tim and Scott about that, eh?
I did.
No, I will.
Oh, yeah. Well, they had the Peace Dogs, but they were basically done.
Yeah.
So they joined back up with me. And we started the Beaumonts.
Beaumonts.
98. That's when
Golden
you were
year.
born. The golden years.
Right. So did that one last long or what? Beaumonts.
The Beaumonts?
Yeah.
The Walz, we started playing in bars, but we were also able to do Christmas parties. So,
So, because you started doing just classic rock?
right, we were doing classic rock and lost classics. So we were doing stuff like Badfinger, No Matter What, Fog Hat, My Babe, just stuff that you don't hear,
Yeah.
but when you hear it, it takes you back, because my target audience was like people 50 to 60.
Wow. So for a long time then. Since 98.
Yeah.
That's you're like, nope, this is the demographic we got to target,
Yeah.
and it shot off.
But then what we found was that targeting that demographic, those people that were empty nesters, if they listened to music at home, their kids grew up on CCR and the Beatles and the Stones.
Right.
So then they all come out together.
Yeah. That's great.
So that was good. It was good for the band. So we went along, and
And you're just playing Lethbridge now because you have family now.
back
right?
then, yeah, we were just Lethbridge
You're
and
not
around
really
Lethbridge.
traveling anymore.
No traveling really. It was just mainly like Lethbridge.
So it seems like you're getting lots of gigs with the Beaumonts, right?
Yeah, but we were you know, just playing Pitcher Creek and Leo's. That was the bar there.
Okay, yeah.
Claire's home bar. So, but when we first started, I was picking up a few gigs from contacts I had from Time and Again days. So we played for the police Christmas party, and Tim got Costco and that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. The Walz.
Right.
In 98.
So
So how long did that
when we
last?
started with the Beaumonts, we were doing some 50s and 60s stuff and 70s stuff. That was about it.
Right.
And it was working out okay. But what we were finding was we were starting to, the demographic was shifting a little bit.
Okay.
So we still learned some newer things,
Yeah.
have some newer stuff, because we were getting that wide audience. We're basically drawing from 25 to 65.
Yeah.
And Bob was pretty good at the CCR and the old stuff, but the new stuff, the tragically hip and that kind of thing, he didn't quite have a feel for it.
Oh.
So Tim wanted me to
Kick him out.
find somebody else.
Fire him.
Yes. So,
It's always the bass player.
yeah. And that's what we did. So,
Who'd you find?
hmm?
Who'd you find?
Dave.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That early?
So we got Dave.
Yeah.
Well, the Beaumonts went for, started in 98, all of 99, all of 2000, 2001.
Oh, really? Holy!
Yeah, 2001,
That's really long.
New Year's Eve, that's when we changed.
10, like 12 years?
No, that was only 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah. Not the 80s. 99 and 2000.
2001.
No, we ended at the end of 2000.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
10 years. Wait.
10 years.
No, I'm
2
getting it
years.
wrong. 2 years. I thought it was 89. I forgot. 98.
The 90s.
We started.
90s I was just playing.
Started 98, ended 2000.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. It's like for years. Okay.
So we let Bob go and got Dave.
Let him go.
Changed the name to the Chevelles. Followed the same format.
Once you got Dave?
Yes.
Okay. Who named the band?
Which name?
Was it a group?
No,
Who thought of it?
I didn't.
Aye. Me.
It's because when I was in grade 11 and 12, a good friend of mine, Larry, he had a Chevelle and we used to cruise around it all the time. And
Thought I want to be just like that car.
a Beaumont is like a Chevelle.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Apparently, yes. A Beaumont is an American version of the Chevelle.
Chevelle.
Yeah.
The Chevelle. That was like your first poster too, right? And picture of the band was with a Chevelle.
As the Chevelles.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like your first band photo. Well, professional, I guess, because I'm sure you had other band photos.
Yeah.
So since 2001, you were the Chevelles, but really, you were like playing the same kind of music and like getting that demographic since.
Yes, everything was the same. We just changed the
since
name.
89.
Changed the name of the. No, since 98.
98. I keep
99.
forgetting. Okay.
98 at the end of 98. We only started in the fall.
Okay.
So we played like. We opened for Prism, and then we played for. Semis.
Oh.
Played Halloween in New Dayton.
New Dayton. Where's that?
And then New Dayton burned down.
Oh. Is that a building?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
It
Lethbridge.
was a hotel.
Whoa, that's so weird. We made it back to Lethbridge
Yes.
now that the Chevelles have come too.
Yeah, but that's just the end of the story.
That's the end of the.
So we changed the name to the Chevelles in January or New Year's Eve 2001. So starting 2001.
Yeah.
And I've been the Chevelles ever since.
Yeah.
Until 2020 when Dave quit
Yeah.
to go and do his stage fright.
Yeah.
And then we got Joe Brewster.
Yeah. In 2020.
2020.
Okay.
Yeah. February 2020.
All right.
Wash the car and then we'll
All right. Woo.
That's it.
That's it. We made it. Well, thanks for that history lesson.
So now we are
Dawn Plettell.
20 years later. 2022.
It's the longest you've stayed with a band.
Well, this band is really since the Beaumonts, 1998.
Right?
It's just 3 different bass players. Again.
Yeah, always the bass player, eh?
Always a bass.
You're Tim and Scotty.
Bob,
Or
but
the Roots.
we let Bob go. He didn't quit.
Let him go.
Dave quit.
Yeah.
And Joe.
And now we're where we are, exactly. Well, Joe's in the band, so I don't think he's gonna quit because he's the newest. So I don't think he's been around long enough to exactly the desire to want to quit. Oop. Or Tim and Scotty. Anyways, okay, very good. Thank you everyone for joining this podcast. I'm gonna go now. Okay, we're at the car wash. Okay.
Hi.
What kind of wash can I get you today?
I just want a mint wash. I don't want to renew the membership.
That's
Or just the bottom one. Original.
Card?
Yeah,
Perfect. Thank you. Do you want some wipes today?
sure.
There you are.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out to the end of this podcast. As always, stay hydrated and ride the wave.